All right. Well, this thing's still burning really strong. It looks like it's a winner. Pretty darn happy with this thing. I'm glad I did that. Last night I just looked at a mountain of parts. Well, not a mountain of parts, but a bunch of my parts. They're in the garage. It's like, I got this. I still have one more font, but it's a really good font too. It's a 1958 from a 220. I forgot which letter, but anyway, it's a really old one. Sitting around, but this one here, like I say, I saw this one, and this one's a weird, kind of a weird one, because the where the fuel tube and everything screws in, it's offset. It's not in the center. It's to the side. But then where you would hook up the gas generator, then it's centered. It's crazy, but anyway. And then this morning I put in new seals for a bunch of gas caps for this one, for this one, for this one. Yeah, so we've been busy this morning. All right, so I kind of wanted to save you here for the to add the heavy cream. That's like the last major step of the soup here. Let's get it added in here. Oop. Don't have any depth perception when I'm looking through the phone here. All right. And then we're gonna get this all stirred up. This is that zucchini, Italian zucchini soup that you get at Olive Garden with the spicy sausage. But you got to put a lot of kale in there. You want to make this healthy and that tastes good. That's why when I made the what's it called, brain failure this morning, the sinigang soup, put a lot of bok choy in there. We want that to be super healthy. So I didn't use any beef or chicken stock soup, you know, bone broth or whatever. I actually used this, get it on Amazon. It's really good. It's kind of expensive. Well, it's not super expensive, but it's like, it's not super cheap either, but it's a Korean beef ramen powders stock, but it's really good. I don't know how they make it, but it's really good. So I used some of that in here, and then we put some red flake pepper in there. We put some coarse pepper in there. We put some fine gray pepper in there. We put some MSG. Put some marjoram. We put some sage. We put some savory. Put garlic in there. A few other things there. A little bit of dill. A little bit of what is the other one there? I can't think of it. The other one there that kind of goes into, like, put it in like split pea soup. Thyme. Yeah, and then the spicy sausage fried up. We got the kale. We got the heavy cream. So that's really pretty much what the soup is. The only thing I forgot, which I'm gonna put in right now, is you put in some potatoes. So I got to fry up some potatoes, and we're going to throw those in there. That's the last step. All right, so I think coffee's done. Let's go and shut this thing down. I got to replace this packing. This packing is leaking. So that is one project we got to do. All right. All right, I'll bring you back. God bless you. Well, I brought you back instantaneously because I need to top off my coffee a little bit. So let's top it off a little bit with some Pilates in there. All right. Perfect. I'm going to set that to the side. This thing is shut down. I think it is. Hopefully. Yep. and gently release that pressure. There's not much in there. This thing is still burning super strong. It's a really good. This is a winner chicken dinner. Look at that. That thing's awesome. We're gonna call this the Australian bush variant. I think that, or it's kind of like you know, an ash flash. You know, some of these like you know, ones made in like Hong Kong and stuff. Just that it's got a little bit different look right there. I think it's the well, it's this. It's the bale. Bale gives it kind of a different look to it. Yep. All right. Looking pretty good there. Yeah, I actually bought this one from eBay. I was going to use that for one of the lantern refurbs that I did, but the one I had, I ended up keeping it on there, so I didn't need to do that. And then the cage, I think it was a similar deal. I think I kept the original. I was able to repair the original one. I kept it. Yeah. And then I forgot why I bought this font. I bought this font for something. Maybe I bought this one because I thought I was going to use it for, oh yeah. I bought this font because I was going to use it when I had my camp light font was rusted out. So I was going to use it as a replacement, or at least a temporary replacement, something of that nature. But then I saw that the bung is offset, it's not centered. So then that's why I ended up getting that other one, that 1958 one that I was using for a while in the Abomination Lantern. So this was sitting around. So it's like, yeah, everything at the end of the day. And then the big hat ventilator, I think I got this one as a, why I got it. I think I got it. Oh yeah, I got it. Well, actually, this one I got this one as a replacement. Is a better unit, it's a little bit nicer for one of these. And so I had that leftover one. That's what it was. So yeah, we're doing pretty good here. So we're going to be working on this camp light right there, and we're going to put that new fuel tube in. That fuel tube is actually, it's going to fit. It's from a 242C, from all those spare parts I got. And I got another one of these coming. So we got one more of these coming. It's just a parts lantern. It's missing its collar. It's missing its ventilator. And its gas cap. So I already have a spare ventilator, and I already have, what else was it missing? Oh, and, nope. Okay, I was missing something else. Yeah, so I had the ventilator. So I ended up buying another collar. I got a collar, the cheapest one they had on there, which was a pretty decent one, and I got another fuel cap, because that's like a smaller fuel cap. But yeah, so I'm going to put one more of those together. I really like those, so we're going to get one more. There's two of them. They're next to each other. And its font is green, so it'll be a green one. We're going to paint it green. Yep. All right. So let's see, let's go get those potatoes. I got to fry up the potatoes and throw those in the soup. I'll bring you back. All right, so we're making some progress on the potatoes here. And I got the valve out of here. So we're gonna go ahead and well, replace the packing. Oh, that's so good. That's some good coffee right there. All right, see what we got going here with that packing here. All right. Yeah, so the graphite is just crumbled out. So we're gonna get a little cleaning right there, get that cleaned up, get some of the graphite packing rope I got, put a new packing in there, and we should be good to go. Get this all cleaned up and reassemble. All right, bring it back in a little bit. There it is. Yep. All right, well, this thing has been running for, wow, this is a good hour, I think. Not too bad. So we got the potatoes in the soup. Yep, it's looking good. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Just get it to a simmer right there. I gotta put that packing in. All right, we gotta make sure we wipe this thing down before we shut her, when we shut her down, after she's cooled down a little bit here. Try to keep it nice. All right, bring it back here. All right, so since we're right here, I'm just gonna tell you what I did here. So what you're gonna do is, once you get out all that crumbled, broken up packing that you had, you're going to cut off a small piece of this. In this case, I cut off about maybe, about where my two fingers are. I don't know, 1.5 inches, 2 inches, something like that. I got my little piece laid out. I used a razor blade, cut it off. So I pretend it's there, and I can't see it. Cut it off, right? So what you do is take a little piece. You're gonna hit it with a hammer, and you're gonna flatten it out, make it thinner, and then I'm not taking this thing back apart, but the nut would be off this. Where the packing would lay, you would kind of twist it over, but do it so that it doesn't overlap itself. You're going to kind of go wrap it, how would I say that? Diagonally, I guess, so that it doesn't really overlay itself, because you want to kind of keep it thin if you can. And then you're going to put your nut over it, and then kind of use a little screwdriver if you need to press it around there, in there. If it's too big, you cut off too much, trim off a little piece of that. But your goal is that you want to get the packing wrapped in there and get the nut around it, push it in there so you got some threads exposed, so that you can put it into your brass, the valve body, and twist it and tighten it, and it's going to compress that packing down. That's what you're trying to do. So that's why I just kind of hammer it a little bit to flatten it out, make it thinner, because it won't fit the way it is. A small piece, place it, lay it in there, twist it around diagonally, get your brass fitting, threaded fitting there, start it over it, and so it's all kind of getting in there, and then kind of tuck it in with your screwdriver, and then now you're going to push it into your the brass valve whatever you want to call it, base or whatever you want to call it, and then start tightening it down and compressing that packing, and you should be good to go. Anyway, that's about the best I can describe it. So for my Coleman bushwhacker that I built, I have made an executive decision as part of Gene's R&D development team to add a chained funnel like the mil specs, because I have an extra piece left and I've got a lot of funnels. So that is that is in the works. So just gonna let you all know that. All right, so let's go ahead and reassemble this thing here. I'm gonna, hopefully that'll get on there and tighten it down and just test it out and make sure it works. All right, God bless you. Thank you. Oops, sorry about that. All right, so I got that on there. It went on pretty good. And one tip I'll give you, I mean, you know, it's obviously common sense, but you know, the brass, especially if you haven't cleaned or nothing too much, it'll be shiny and then it'll get dull. So it's like, you know, I kind of use it as a guide about how far to go and what maybe is too much. I mean, it doesn't really mean much, but it's just kind of a gauge of where the factory kind of had it. And it seemed to work out pretty good right there. So let's get the knob on here. Let's see here. Goes. All right, I'll have to bring it back. I need both hands. All right, take care. All right, we got it back together. So let's go ahead and pressurized it up, pumped it up. Let's have a sip of our coffee here. Let's see how this guy's doing. It's doing good. All right. And how's our soup doing? Soup's doing good. Probably ought to stir that thing and start getting ready to shut her down pretty soon here. Oh yeah, looks good. All right, let's go ahead and light this thing up here. For some reason, this particular unit, it's got a bulge on at the bottom from the factory. All right, here we go. All right. Set that there for a second. Oh. There we go. Yep, we're nice and dry. No gasoline dripping out. It's kind of hard to see anything. There we go. All right, so we got her fixed. So we got a new packing in there. That packing, probably that whole thing of packing I got for like $8 on Amazon, and I've already used it a bunch of times, and I still got a ton of it left. So considering that you buy one of those pre-formed packings, those are about $1.50 to $3 each with a little bit of shipping. So you're probably into it $3 to $5 per packing total. Maybe cheaper if you buy a bunch together, whatever. And I'm not saying anything against that. I'm just saying it's like this is just the way I go because it's like it's real versatile. But anyway, yeah, we're good to go here. So let's shut her down. Give her a minute to. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get our gas cap thing here installed. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this thing down right now and put the soup away. And all right, bring you back.
Jingle bells ringing in my ear. Jingle bell, a sound that's oh so dear. Frosty the snowman is all around town. Watch out for reindeer.